Mr. Rossdale.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good, thanks. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
Good, good. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. It's so good to see you again.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So, where are you at these days? I know you're in between tours right now. Are you in the
Um,
UK, LA?
no, I'm at home in Los Angeles, California, and just getting ready for the kind of madness of the season to begin. And yeah, all good, all good. That's where I am.
Good. So, what does the holiday season look like for you?
Well, my boys come on Saturday, so I'll be like ferrying them between different sport events. There's a couple of birthday things and a few Christmas things going on. Looking for a Christmas wonderland. It's hard in LA, but it's cold enough. And just all the usual stuff. We have a kind of a cute thing that we do Christmas Eve, which is pretty cool. We have a tradition where we go to the 7-Eleven. So when they were small, they used to get 2 minutes to get anything they wanted of the candy, right? It was small, they'd be so freaked out. They'd sort of get a couple of things, no doubles, you're not allowed doubles. And you can get any candy you want. And now the older kids are too good at it. They like sweep the shelves, and then you're standing at 7, and all these meth heads that just want to buy them the lighters, and they got these like annoying kids with like bag like $80 worth of candy. So we kind of try that one. But we're gonna get we're getting down to like a minute to 30 seconds now because they're too quick. They're old, they're big kids.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We usually go and see a movie and then go and do the 7-Eleven run, some Chinese food, and then
that's perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty fun stuff.
Have you picked out a movie yet?
We're a good time. Well, I was just thinking of The Chef, but it's probably a bit sinister for my 8-year-old, so I'm not sure what to do about it. We'll have to work out.
I was going to suggest Violent Night, but that wouldn't work for an 8-year-old.
Well, yeah, not so much. We'll see. We'll figure something. Maybe some Elf rerun or something. You know what I mean? Not that we haven't seen it.
You can't go wrong with Elf.
1,000 times. I've seen it so many times. That movie, so many times. I love it every time.
You could quote it in your sleep.
No, I couldn't.
Now, I did want to ask you, so The Art of Survival is out. Great album. There's a song on there that I really, really love. And this is going to be kind of a deep question to go from just Christmas banter to this, but Human Sand. The lyric, "We're just human sand," which I think is so profound. And I'm curious, do you find the fact that life is so fleeting and temporary, is that something you kind of find comfort in and motivation in, or is that like a terrifying thing for you?
It's somewhere in between, because you have to accept it. The Buddhism say that sort of everyone is scared of aging and of death. So you kind of accept that in there, but I think it just comes at a different stage in your life. When I first began to make records, I didn't think about anything. I could barely lift my head up, and I was selfish and self-absorbed. And even to the extent where I didn't even look further than a month ahead, And then when you have kids, loads of kids, you start to, wow, you look at the horizons and you see a horizon like, wow, okay, I got like, 20 summers before I'm a burden, like, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like 30 summers probably, but you know what I mean? It's like, I think it's so precious because all the time, I've lost a lot of people, through the years. People of natural, like my dad, I lost a couple of years ago, but that's part of life. But then younger people, people who've committed suicide, friends we've lost, drug overdoses, people, you read about it all the time. So it's a weird time. You just see that. I don't know, you just wise up and you go, man, it's so precious. Like every moment, something as sacred is at stake, and it's really precious. And I think it's a I just believe that the more we think we're not really anything, it's better for the kind of collective conscious. Otherwise you have like egos running. We have enough egos, right? So if you just accept that you're just sort of a small bit of dust in the planet in a very brief amount of time, and our job is just sort of provide as much kind of comfort or support to people that we love, because that's the framework of the essence of civilization, right? It's how you do it. So I just like the idea of being, like human sound. Like when that phrase hit me, sitting in this room, in this chair, and this is my studio, I was really happy because I was like, yeah, we are human sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So how do you apply that to your life day to day? Like, how do you stay present and enjoy what's happening?
Yeah. I believe in terrestrial angels. You know, I believe in the power of one. I believe, you know, life ever changing. So therefore, it's in there. Like I just, what you do, what I do, is you just do the best you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Take every day as it comes. Don't take anything for granted.
And do the best you can at every point, you know. And it's funny, I was reading something yesterday about when, you know, the worst time to make a decision is when you're agitated. Agitation, you know, and you do things, you know, really, I need, wow, man, I need a drink, man, I need this, man, I need, you know, it's like, but it comes out when you're kind of calmer, probably you usually make better choices, you know. Whenever I'm super stressed, I'm always making wrong choices about everything.
That's so true. And I think just to get down to the basics of what we are as human, sometimes all you need is a nap before you make those big decisions.
Well,
I mean,
what's
did you
interesting?
hydrate? Did you take a nap?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I agree. Well, what you're saying there, I think, which is also absolutely true, is that if you just wait a period of time and you're still and you're not caught up in the kind of stress of the moment, things change anyway. It's only sort of death you can't reverse. Most other things you can kind of navigate, even though at first you think you cannot navigate them. I think you can navigate most things. So time, you know, letting the calendar flip is another one, you know, just wait a couple of days. Things change. Yeah. Things do change.
Yeah, it really does. Seasons, the calendar change. There's something really profound about having that anticipation in that moment, like, okay, fresh start, new beginnings. It's pretty incredible how that works with our psyche.
Right.
Now you're about to go on tour again, just after the holidays. Tell me about what's going on the tour.
Well, when we toured this last summer and had a great time, we were doing a posthumous sort of representation of The Kingdom. It had been out, you know, a couple of summers early, but we hadn't played it. So we were playing it for people, and it was wild. It was really fun. But what's great is to have this new record, you know, the Art of Survival, and be able to play that so soon after it came out, while it's like, you know, it's like a warm bun out of the oven. So it's like, it's really delicious, even when it's really heavy. So that's, and we're trying to, you know, create a show that spans, it's a little bit longer, the set, you know, maybe an hour and a half, hour 20, where we've been playing lots of hours with people, all these co-headlines and these opening slots, you know, you play an hour. And we used to always, you know, in an hour 20, it's not like too long. I don't want to play like too long, but it's just like you can carve a bit more of a journey, you know what I mean? It's not like just this, the moment I play Glycerine, or, you know, you can like take people on a bit of a journey. And we're trying to think of we're trying to step it up. We're trying to step it up and create a show that you know, goes across the catalog, but also plays enough of the new without being annoying and stuff like that, you know. So there's lots of like minefields, you know. You can't play too much new, you can't play too much old. You know what I mean? It's like all the time I'm thinking, you know, if I'm in that audience, what do I want? Like, I don't like when people don't play their hits, or they play them badly or quickly, or, you know, want to get it, just play the newer songs. It's like, I totally understand that, but new songs has to be vital, and they have to be as exciting as what you're taking out. So you can't like take out the really exciting hit records and then play a mid-tempo acoustic ballad that goes on really long. People are like, well, what happened to that? So all those balances are there to be found, you know.
Yeah, that's an art form in and of itself.
Yeah,
formulate that.
Yeah. To know which one, you know, and you want to please everyone, but as we know, you can't.
No matter what, someone's gonna be bitching like, oh, they did too many of this or not enough
You know,
of this.
it's like I want to avoid that 3/4 of the way through where someone volunteers to go for the beers. You know, where someone volunteers to go drink, I want to make a show that's so compelling that you don't want to miss any of it, because we're trying to really step it up. And I've got a great guy helping me to consider the actual show, which we've never done. We've always been a bit like, what time are we going on tour? Tomorrow. You know, Corey arrives with like, you know, a suitcase with just like It's everything he threw in for. It's not organized. We're not organized. We need to get organized. Not just Corey, it's all of us. We need to get organized. More organized.
Yeah, you want to honor those fans that have been there since day one, and they want to hear those old school OG tracks. But then what's great about Bush is you guys are still getting new fans. A good friend of mine, she's only 22 years old, and she's like, God damn, I love Bush. I'm gonna go see them. It's a bucket list item, like loving the new stuff. So it's a balance when you've been around as long as you guys have to honor all those different fans.
I mean, you know, the thing about it is, to me, is that it's a live setting, and it's just all about always being as exciting as possible, you know, and we're so lucky we can throw in songs people know, but not at the expense of the excitement. Like, you know, it's always just got to be about how exciting is the show, what we do to people. And then the songs, you just choose a song that fit that mood you want to create.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing it.
And you're doing it well. I mean, when you were just here in St. Louis a few months ago, the last time we saw you, you know, you were part of a bunch of different bands that would bring in different fans that maybe they didn't know Bush as well. Right. But once you step out on the stage, maybe they just know your radio singles. Right. But when you're having an entertaining show, doesn't matter if you've never heard the song in your life, you got out into the crowd, engaging. That is so, so important for a live show.
Yeah, for sure.
So we really appreciate that. And we are really excited. You guys are going to be part of a Point Birth Month show as we're celebrating that we've been on the air for 30 years. And you guys are one of our bands that we've had since day one. So at the pageant, February 26th. And what I'm excited for is, of course, last time we saw you was at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Huge, thousands upon thousands of people. And now we're going to get to see you guys in a more intimate venue.
50 people, isn't it?
What's that?
Oh, is it 50 people? Why, what is it?
It's a little bit bigger than that, for sure. But it's certainly no outside arena. Right. So for you, do you approach your performance differently when you're in a more intimate setting?
No, I think there has to be and should be just one speed, you know, that excitement factor. There's just doesn't matter, you know. I like playing big places because you get to play with more people. It's kind of more sort of efficient like that. But on the indoor shows, a bit smaller, like a small arena that's larger theaters, whatever, I hope we're somewhere in the middle there, 3,000 to 4,000. I don't know. People get a great show because it sounds really good, and it's just a different feeling, and it's how we came up, and it just makes it really very special. If takes a little longer to play to the same amount of people. You know, I think we played to 500,000 people in summer, so like that'd be a lot of these venues. That'd be when are we going home? You know? Never.
Well, we're certainly excited to see you guys again. We love you out here in St. Louis, and we're so excited to have you back and celebrating our birthday, turning 30 years old. And again,
when is that?
What's that? That is February 26th. So the very, very end of the tour.
That's the show of the tour.
Yeah, you're going to end with a bang, I'm sure.
Wow. What's St. Louis like? I need to stay somewhere for 2 days. Either I could stay in St. Louis or go to Florida.
So this is what you do. This is what you do. Right next to the venue you're playing at, the pageant, there is the Moonrise Hotel, and it is stunning. It's very walkable to some good restaurants because I know you like to eat. So check out the Moonrise Hotel. I think you'd like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Check it out. All right. Good to know.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yes. Local.
Yeah, hit me up anytime for tips. I mean, I just moved out here, but I will do my best to help you, man.
Thanks so much. All right.